What's going on? Welcome to the breakdown, episode 4. Oh my Jesus Christ. The breakdown, episode 645, sponsored by Gemini. That's right. Go to Gemini.com/David G to find out more about Gemini's lineup of credit cards. Go ahead and check out the Bitcoin credit card, the XRP credit card, and the Solana credit card. Use those credit cards that are issued by WebBank if you do select to go ahead and get yourself one and get up to 4% back on your purchases. Also, click on my link, that pretty face on that link that you see out there. Click it, sign up, trade $1,000 in crypto, get $100 in Bitcoin. Terms apply. Ladies and gentlemen, live from the Oval Office. Live from the Oval Office. My name is David Gokshin. Hello, for those who are tuning in for the first time. God damn it. God damn it! Thought I charged my iPad, but I didn't. So now I have... Yo, I love this week. You gotta love this week, man. Technical difficulties, being shadow banned. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the show. Welcome to everybody tuning in from all them social media platforms that we have. We are working on Instagram. We're working on Facebook still. I don't know what the fucking problem is. I absolutely do not know what the fucking problem is. But, yeah, crypto was up. And for, I guess, since yesterday and today, it's kind of like, ugh. But that's okay. Ups and downs, opportunities. You have an opportunity to buy. By the way, loving the stock market. Okay, I really am loving the stock market. Shout out to the stock market. Crypto will have its turn. Crypto will have it. I keep on saying this. I am so bullish on Q1 2026 and beyond. This entire year, I am bullish on it 100%. I think, honestly, I've said this already. I think it's going to be phenomenal. I really think it's going to be phenomenal, especially for people that have really, and I know this is repetitive, but have done the research, have got into real assets, real digital assets behind, actual teams. Like if you're in assets that have actual teams working day and night on them, you're going to win big. Or you have a better chance of winning. You'll have a better chance of winning. And I talk about this all the time on the show. I talk about this every single day on the show. You will have a better chance of winning by going into things that... Now, a lot of people will say, hold on, Dave, you talk about memes too. Well, the memes do have to make sense as well, man. These memes need to make sense. Pepe makes sense. Bobo makes sense. A lot of things make sense. SPX. You can go through a list of these things. There are actual cult communities behind these things. And they will be successful. People, at the end of the day, like I know people disagree with me on this. First of all, let me, before we start, I'm a Bitcoiner. I love Bitcoin. It ends with Bitcoin. And you guys, a lot of you guys won't agree with me on this because you're new to the crypto ecosystem. So to you, it's like, yo, fuck him and him talking about Bitcoin all the time. He got in early and all these other people got in early. So they want me to buy Bitcoin at 88,000, 90,000, 95,000. Totally understand. I get it. By the way, it's still early because if Bitcoin's going to $1 million, it's still early. But in any case, I get it. I analyze the entire market. Okay, when I host this show, it's not just a Bitcoin show. It's a show about the crypto ecosystem. It's a show about also politics, and maybe we'll throw in some sports in here, of course, because we will have athletes on this show. Some of your favorite athletes are coming onto the show this year, 2026. And we talk about the trending, some trending topics out here. But if we're going to talk about crypto, I analyze the entire space. I have to look at the memes because I know that the meme economy, the real meme economy, I'm not talking about pump fun. Okay, I'm talking about the real meme economy. People will go to the memes first, and I know it. For me not to acknowledge that sector would be stupid. And it's stupid for anybody not to acknowledge what's happening over there because those are your future Bitcoiners. So the Bitcoiners that tune into the show, those people are not coming to Bitcoin. Not immediately. After a few weeks in, or maybe a few months in, they'll realize we need to pick up some Bitcoin. And there's nothing you or me or anybody else in the Bitcoin world can say to the people, to retail that's just coming in. They're looking for a 50x. They're looking for a 10x, the 20x. They don't see that in Bitcoin, and they don't understand what Bitcoin is. No matter how many people can explain, no matter which way you explain Bitcoin, it doesn't matter to them. They're looking for a win. You know why? Because Cousin Jerry won. And Cousin Jerry didn't win with Bitcoin. Cousin Jerry won by going into some shit called dick in the eye with a goat in the butt .inu. Okay? That's just the truth. That's real talk. And nobody can tell me I'm wrong. It's the truth. It is 100% the truth. Hold on 1 second. Because I'm going to get back to it. I'm on my rant now. I think that's a bit hard for people to grasp. Bitcoiners and Bitcoin maxis to grasp that people will not come into Bitcoin. Maybe Uncle Sue. Oh, did I just say that? Oh, you know what? I was battling with pronouns today and all this shit that's happening. But maybe Uncle Joe and Aunt Sue, maybe they will buy ETFs, Bitcoin ETFs, but they're also not coming. They're not going on to Coinbase or to Gemini or to crypto.com to get their crypto or to get their Bitcoin. No, they're calling Vanguard and BlackRock. They're calling into Bank of America soon to go ahead and get their stuff. It's the truth. Retail, when retail comes in here, which will be soon because those stimulus checks will go out, regardless of what let me tell you something right now. I don't want to see us print more money. I don't want to see the government print more money. I don't want that to happen, but it's going to happen. We're going to print more money. This year is going to be from the Trump administration this year, you will see some of the biggest tax returns ever. So you're going to have the tax returns, you're going to have the stimulus packages and checks, stimmies going out to people. You're going to have lower rates. That's coming. A bunch of things are happening. And the economy is going to go absolutely apeshit. But the first thing that retail is going to come back to, they're going right into memes. Or they're going into utilities, right? And I talk about TikTok, right? I talk about TikTok on this because TikTok, and I should include YouTube as well, but like TikTok is notorious for this because I'm on TikTok. I watch everything on TikTok when it's crypto, anything that's crypto related. And the hype people, on TikTok, that's not, and by the way, you guys know there are creators on TikTok that I think do a great job, and that's like maybe 1%. The 99% of the rest of the dudes out there, they're hyping you up. They're talking about, and I said this yesterday, but I'll say it again. Hey, man, like, listen, my show has been fucked up for the last 3 days. Excuse me, for the last 2 days. Day 3, 2026. I'm going to repeat myself a little bit. You had crackheads on TikTok telling you that XRP is going to fucking $10,000, $20,000 by the end of 2025. That's the truth. And I watch these videos. I watch these videos for you. I watch these videos for you in pain, painfully watching these videos. Literally, I gotta say, I hate beating up. I really hate beating up on TikTok. I really do. I don't enjoy beating up on TikTok. I don't enjoy it. Because, like I said, there's a lot of really great creators on TikTok that they're working hard to build their brand and they're doing it honestly. But man, the 99%, the other cats, they have absolutely no clue how blockchain works. They don't know anything about crypto, but they can sell. They can really sell. They can sell, boy. I'm telling you, they're in the wrong business. Like, if they weren't the creators, the influencers on TikTok, if they went, and I've said this so many times to them, if they went onto the TikTok shop and just sold like the bicycles and scooters on there and the hair products, Jesus Christ, you don't understand. They would make a killing. They would have made a killing. They would make more money. I'm on TikTok, okay? I broadcast on TikTok. The TikTok homies know. If these people dedicated their lives to selling products that are in the TikTok shop, they would have made more money doing that than talking about crypto because they have no idea how money works. And I know the XRP community is going to get mad at me because I'm saying that XRP is never going to $10,000 because mathematically, it doesn't make sense. These dudes are like, hey man, XRP's. I was literally watching. It was like 5 days before the end of the year, and they're on there saying, hey, XRP is going to $10,000, and XRP is currently like at $1.90 at that time, and it's going to $10,000. I'm like, hold on. I couldn't. I can't. And then they're like, listen, man, besides it going to $10,000, I got a book to sell you, man. If you want to be like me, and you want the ins and outs of how to win in crypto or how to win in the stock market, buy my book. And they got that big ass forehead on the, like, their big ass forehead is taking up the entire book. One guy's shit was called Win With Me. Motherfucker, if I bought your book, I'd be filing for bankruptcy. God damn it, man. These are the same people that developed. Never mind. You know, I gotta stop. I'm being horrible right now. I'm being horrible. Terrible. I'm a terrible person right now. Terrible. Terrible. Welcome to the breakdown, where the show is finally working on X, by the way. Shout out to X. Thank you to the X team for helping me out. I've been talking about politics recently, and that's not a good thing, apparently, because all the liberals have come out. All the all the liberals are coming after me. I've been talking about New York City. I've been clapping for you guys. Congratulations, New York City. I've been doing the Jada kiss to y'all. Just like laughing. You guys got, that should be a new term. You guys got Jadakissed. Yeah. We love socialism. Let's try something new. It's not new, stupid. It's never worked. And now all the Jews are crying. We voted for Mandani, and now this is what's going on, bro. His entire campaign, he ran on this shit. How can you be mad? He told you what was happening. We just want something new. We want something new and fresh. We want something new and fresh. And now you're crying. Now everybody's meeting up at the Chabad houses. The New York City Chabad houses are having emergency meetings. All the top rabbis are meeting. I'm going to get... Yeah, I am never getting my Jew card back, man. I am definitely not getting my Jew card back. The ADL is going to have a page about me, listing me as like alt-right or something, man. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, man. Here comes... And you had... You know what's the craziest part? You had people that lived through socialism. They were out there in New York City telling you why it's bad. And you guys just wanted to come together, right? You guys just wanted to come together. You guys are... And by the way, you guys are also at the same time protesting the events that have happened in Venezuela. The people have been liberated. And yet you guys are angry. I'm telling you, man, if Donald Trump created a cure for cancer, you guys would boycott the cure. But I feel that way. You'd be out there with signs protesting the cure. Wild times, man. Wild times. I also have Hotep Jesus coming on today at 12:45 to talk about these events. Because when it's time to get smart, I need to bring in Hotep. Okay? I'm bringing Hotep Jesus, who's in the green room eating M&Ms and whatever else the staff left in the back. They went to Sam's Club or some shit and got like the cheapest shit on the aisle one. Our world is crazy, man. Our world is crazy right now. I'm loving Trump right now. You know why? Because I've always wanted to live under a dictatorship. You guys are crying about it. I'm like, yay, let's go. Loving this. You know, it's the craziest part too with this whole dictatorship. You guys think you know Putin. Like my family is from predominantly they're from Eastern Europe. You guys claim to be about this communist and socialist life. You've never, ever experienced it. Maybe a little bit, though, recently in America, because we did kind of fucking tap into that a little bit. Socialism. You're like, oh, Putin, dictator. Name me a dictator that would allow you to march out there and rip a dictator apart in the streets. Name me one. Because Putin would put your ass in jail for just walking around breathing. You think you get away with that in Cuba? You think you could have done that in... I'll start naming... You think you could do that in North Korea? You guys... I gotta tell you, there's so many uneducated motherfuckers in the United States of America, but I blame the educational system. Okay, we need to go ahead and look at the Department of Education and what they have done to the American people. I was watching videos. I should put them up here too. I was watching these videos of people protesting the events that happened in Venezuela. I'm doing what Trump's doing right now. Venezuela. I like how Trump says it, man. It's crazy. And you have people protesting. And then getting confronted from people from that country that escaped. 8 to 9 million people that have ran away from that country. They're going to confront them by these people, and they don't know what to say. These half of them are definitely paid. I started thinking to myself too, like, hey man, if they're paying good money, I'd go protest just to put that money into the markets. I start protesting, bro, for no reason. I'm out there in New York City protesting. Welcome to The Breakdown, episode 645, sponsored by Gemini. We'll be right back right after this commercial break from Gemini. And that's right. Episode 645, sponsored by Gemini. Check out gemini.com/David G to learn more about the credit cards that Gemini has to offer: Bitcoin, XRP, and Solana. That's right, all powered by WebBank. Go check it out, gemini.com/David G for more. And then click my link, trade $1,000 in crypto, get $100 in Bitcoin. Welcome back to the show. Welcome back. Shout out to TikTok. The TikTok crowd is, I got to tell you, TikTok, YouTube. I love X, man. Formerly known as Twitter. I'm not talking about drugs, okay? This is why Elon needs to change the name. You can't be out here saying that I'm on X. Check me out on X. Like, you can't say that. Elon, man, we got to go back to Twitter, man. We got to go back to Twitter. And I would love to go back to the old Twitter algorithm, man. It was more, honestly, you had the politics going and all that good stuff, but you also allowed for market talk. But now it's just straight up. It's just straight up. I swear to God, it's just straight politics. If you're not talking politics, you're not being seen. That's it, man. You're not getting political, you ain't gonna get seen. So you got to go over to YouTube and TikTok, and we're trying to get Facebook up because I'm trying to talk to the old. I was about to say something bad. Yeah, I'm trying to talk to the old people, the boomers. Absolutely. Okay, I'm trying to connect with them. By the way, this is the part of the show where you can go ahead and call in. Let's go ahead and switch it up. You can call in now into the show, and I'm hoping that it works. Okay, I'm hoping that it works today. Call in at 347-630-2399. That's right. Call in. That's the number. Call in. And imagine if I actually had the phone on. If I actually had the phone working, you could actually call into the number. You could actually call in and you can talk about your favorite topics like you do. By the way, shout out to my entire audience. Shout out to you guys for participating. I appreciate that you guys tune in, and some of you guys don't agree with me or any of my takes, but you'll agree to disagree like adults. You're not reporting me because I say things like pronouns, more than two pronouns, like male, female. No, there's no other cat. I'm a cat. I identify. What is? No, should I go into it, or am I going to get thrown off of TikTok? Should I go into the pronouns or no? I'll stay off of them. I want to talk about them though. They, them. I don't even know what the fuck that means. Anyway. Crypto's going sideways right now. Right now, if you have money, if you've left money for yourself on the sideline, okay, like I've talked about this ad nauseum. If you've left money on the side, this is your time to get in. This is your time to get in. What are you waiting for? Why are you guys always trying to touch the bottom? Hold on. Pause. Why are you guys always trying to nail the bottom or trying to catch the top? You're not going to do it. Hypothetically speaking, if Bitcoin, I don't know what Bitcoin's at right now. If it's at, let's say if it's at 91,000. If the bottom on Bitcoin were to be $70,000, why not buy here in DCA to 70? Why not dollar cost average? Why are you giving yourself gray hairs? Why are you giving yourself a receding hairline? Why are you stressing out, man? Losing sleep. Spot DCA and hold, bro. That's it. You're not a trader. How many times do I got to tell you guys you do not trade well? You destroy yourselves playing leverage. A lot of you guys could have been multimillionaires already, but no, you guys chose welfare. You guys chose to be on welfare. You make it hard on yourselves when it could be so easy. It literally can be easy for you guys. It's not hard. That's what she said. Hold on, I'm getting the phone lines I'm getting connected. Hold on. It's connecting. Okay, I see I already have 3 or 4 mixed calls. Guys, you can call in 347-630-2399. You got 10 minutes to go ahead and call in to chop it up. 347-630-2399. Go ahead and call in. Let's go ahead and chop it up. Let's see what I want new people to call in. Not the same people. I want new people to call in and tell me what's up. What's your best advice for someone going through a divorce? I have absolutely no idea. This can go 2 ways. One, try to get back together, or 2, go have the time of your life in Vegas, man. I'm just saying, there's only 2 choices here. Get your frustration out, man. Head out to Vegas for 3 days. And then maybe come back and try to get back together. I don't know. Is that good advice? I'm just saying. Nobody in the United States of America, men right now don't want to get married. Like, they don't want to get married. There's no, literally, there is no, honestly, there is no benefit to getting married. For a man? Nah. You better sign prenup after prenup after prenup. TikTok crowd going crazy for that. They respect it. I don't know, man. Do what Goldie Hawn and like Kurt Russell have done. They haven't gotten married. They've been together for fucking 40, 50 years, man. They're chilling. That paper don't mean shit. But for a man, that paper would take everything from you. Be broke. Be broke. Trading in crypto. I can't believe the women are trying to say that men get more out of a marriage than they do. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Are you wild? Jessica, there ain't no way. Jessica, I'm sorry. There ain't no way. There's absolutely no way. Zero. Unless Jessica, hold on, Jessica, how much money are you caking? Well, how much money you got? I swear to God, I wish Restream, which is the platform that I use to go ahead and do this multi-stream, I wish we can have you guys commenting. I wish I can do live comments here. This sucks, man. Restream, man, get your game up, man. I gotta use 3 devices to finally see what's happening on other networks, what they're saying out there. I'm not signing anything unless there's a cheating clause on both sides. Amy, you look like the girl that would cheat immediately. Amy's like, yo, man, yeah, great. Amy said, there should be a clause for cheating on both sides. Wild. Amy, you're gonna have to prove to me that you're actually a woman. I don't trust anybody on social media. I don't trust anybody on social media. I can't. By the way, the scammers that are trying to steal your crypto now, they're coming into your DMs. Here's how careless they are. Like, if you're gonna try to scam me, right? And they use like other people's pictures and all this shit. They're trying to scam me and stuff. They put out the name like Jessica and stuff. Or Lisa or whatever. Hot picture and stuff. But they don't change the handle. Like their name is Jessica, front facing, but the handle says Jerry. Like, if you at least try to steal my money, you would think you would change up the handle. You know it's the Indian dudes, bro. It's straight up India. Straight up. Anyway, welcome to the breakdown, episode 645. I'm actually happy. I'm happy that everything's working today. I'm happy that, by the way, shout out again to the X team. Thank you, Twitter, or X, formerly known as Twitter. Thank you very much for fixing my account. A lot of people did go ahead and massively report my account. I have, like I said, been talking about politics on X lately. It is crazy. I've been. By the way, can I just let you guys know, you call me a Jew, like, that doesn't hurt my feelings. Oh, a Jew is talking about this. Oh, look at a Jew with an opinion again. That doesn't bother me at all. Like, literally, I am not bothered or fazed by it. I actually laugh. Look at this Jew talking. Bro, I'm half and half. Number one, that's why I'm still waiting for my Jew card. And I'm proud. Listen, if I wore yarmulkes, like Ben Shapiro. By the way, I wonder, I should ask Ben, is it because he's hiding a bald spot or is it because he's... I gotta figure that one out, man. A lot of my Jews rock the yarmulke at some point because they're trying to hide that little bald spot, you know, that... What is it, the Norman? What do they call it? I'm not bald yet, so I'm not looking into these fucking... But like, what's it called? A Nordwood 7, 8 or whatever, 9, 10. What the fuck they call it? You guys are smarter than me at this. I'm still lucky enough to have my black hair. I don't dye it. Man, you TikTok people are freaks, man. What is happening in this? This is not even a crypto chat. You guys are trying to get with each other right now. What is happening here? Why doesn't this happen on X? Why on TikTok people are trying to get with each other like it's Tinder? On X, people are just fighting and hating each other. Why is there so much hate on X? And again, I was talking about the Jew topic. Guys, like, listen, honestly, man, it doesn't matter. If like you can call me a Jew all you want. I don't really care. I don't care. I actually get excited. And then I want to have more debate. And then I want to irritate you even more. Comment from TikTok was, David, your first week on TikTok made me lose hair. Listen, you learn to love me, man. I gotta say, a lot of people just learn to love me. I say things not to trigger you. This is just me and my thoughts. I think about these things when I'm taking a shower. A lot of you guys don't take showers, but this is what happens when I'm taking a shower and I'm wiping myself down. I'm thinking about certain things. I am. And it's not to go ahead and get on anybody's nerves. I'm not trying to get on people's nerves. I'm really not. I think you guys are sensitive to the stuff that I say because you were born in a fucked up generation. You were born in a generation where you have a lot of pronouns and you're confused. I'm not confused. When I say men shouldn't be playing in women's sports, that's just logical thinking. You guys get confused by that. Like, what does he mean? Everybody should have a fair shot. What do you mean everybody should have a fair shot? What are we talking about? And I think that's where, and that's not me being a bigot. That's not me hating anybody. I wish everybody the best of luck. Don't push your sexuality on me. I've always said this. But the last 10 years podcasting, like, don't push your sexuality onto me. I don't give a fuck who you're doing what with in the bedroom. I don't care. Don't press it on me, and I won't press my straightness on you. That's it. It's very simple. I don't force anybody to be straight. I don't say any of that stuff. I don't care what you do in your bed. I don't care what you do in your free time. God bless you. Love who you want to love. Don't tell me who I should love. And I ain't calling you a fucking cat, okay? I'm not calling you a pigeon. Well, pigeon, if you're from New York City, well, some people deserve to be called a pigeon. But you get what I'm saying. I'm not calling you some random animal, okay? If you want to believe that you're an alligator, man, that's up to you. That's your mental illness, man. That's not mine. Anyway, 12:42. We'll be right back right after this commercial break with, I think he's one of the smartest people in the world. We'll be back with Hotep Jesus right after this. You may want to start the goddamn commercial. And this episode 640, what is it, 645? 645 is sponsored by Gemini. Gemini.com/David G. Check out the credit card lineup. Also, click on my link, sign up, trade $1,000 in crypto, and get $100 in Bitcoin. We'll be right back. By the way, another thing that's not working on Restream is the comment section. Guys, go to you're gonna have to go. If you want to be on YouTube, you got to go to YouTube to look for the comments. If you want to be on TikTok and you want to see why I'm laughing right now, go to TikTok. They're trying to go out with each other right now. They ain't even trying to talk crypto. They're trying to go out. They're trying to get married. You got divorce lawyers in there and shit. It's crazy. Anyway, we're back. I don't know why the heater is on in my studio. I'm about to pass out. This is crazy. This is crazy work right now. Hold on. Give me a second here. This is crazy work. And I'm in a suit. Somebody's trying to kill me, bro. Somebody's trying to kill me out here. I think it's my own Jews that are trying to kill me. They're trying to kill me for talking. I made my opinions. No, I'll talk about it later, I guess. I'll talk about it later. Because I'm scared. If I say something, I could be banned from TikTok. I'm already being suppressed on my videos. You guys have seen that. You've acknowledged it. And a lot of you guys have DM'd me and said, yo, Dave, I don't see your shit come up. How do you talk on TikTok? Well, how am I supposed to go about it anyway? How am I supposed to go about it? Hotep Jesus has, he's come back now. We'll get right into it. There was a little bit of a delay because he went to Costco to go shopping. I thought it was Sam's. I guess the food in the green room wasn't good enough, so he went to Costco. He got that chicken, that rotisserie. Now I'm a little bit spooked by that shit because I was watching TikTok and they were talking about, you know how they start off like, here's things to know about Costco, and then it's just like the chicken is brought up, the rotisserie chicken. Anyway, let's bring on Hotep. Hotep Jesus, ladies and gentlemen. How do I bring him on? This is great. Let's bring. How do I bring on Hotep today? Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus, ladies and gentlemen. Hotep Jesus.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Guys, go to menoforder.com. A lot of you guys do lack balls and you suffer from low T. I'll go to menoforder.com and get some really good products to elevate your game. Literally elevate your game. But then, time out for a second, Hotep. Because a lot of these guys in crypto don't got a girl. But it'll help you elevate your game to get a girl. So there you go. There you go. menoforder.com. Hotep Jesus, what's going on, man?
Life is good. Life is good. You know, just wrapped up a day of trading. So I'm up on the day. Feels good to be able to hop in, hop out of these trades. I'm trading TradFi, SPY, Russell, Dow Jones. You know, the basics.
You're having fun this season, though, in TradFi. Because, TradFi's been doing well.
Yeah. TradFi is where I came from. I started out in TradFi and then made my way on over to crypto and had a lot of fun in crypto. Still having fun in crypto. You know, I'm just more of a DCA, or I'm not watching them. But I just feel like trading options is just so easy. You kind of have to do it, you know. So that's what I do. I just trade the options.
Would you recommend people coming into the markets to trade immediately, or would you tell them to sit back, paper trade a little bit, and then go in?
It depends on what kind of paper you got. Like if you're a straight up noob and you're broke, you should probably start off paper trading. If you got a little bit of money, I would hit me up. I got a course I could send you guys. But yeah, I would definitely start with like $1,000. Lose it, load it back up. I mean, you can write off in America. I think it's up to $3,000.
Yeah.
So, you know, I just wouldn't wild out too much, you know, but I would definitely continually educate yourself. But I always say, like, when you take losses, that's part of your education. You start to see like, why did I lose this trade? And you start seeing patterns in your trading behavior. Why did I win on this trade? Why did I enter this trade? Why did I exit this trade at this time? You start seeing these behavior patterns. The problem with paper trading is there's no like conviction, there's no fear, there's no real emotions behind it. So it's fake, right? So is that really you trading, or is it, some puppet version of you that is not going to actually simulate what you would do with your own real hard cash that you could lose, right? So I tell people, if you got a little bit of bread on the side, hop in there and lose some money.
That is kind of true though. You have to have fear. You have to have some sort of fear in order to elevate your game. So I kind of agree with that. I didn't know that you have an ebook.
Nah, 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 nah. This is kid I know who sells a course, and I'm an affiliate, so I could just drop the
Okay,
affiliate link in there. I'll drop it in the chat here so
we got
everybody
to do
can.
that. We'll go have and you gotta drop it to me so I can put it on. Restream is bugging. You'll have to drop it to me though too. I'll put that into the tweet, and I'll put that into all the other channels. Guys, you are tuning in right now to episode 645. We're here with Hotep Jesus, man. If you don't know who Hotep Jesus is, you better go on ChatGPT and look him up. All right, Hotep,
Yep.
everything that's happened. No, I didn't have. By the way, I didn't have a Biden moment just now. I was just thinking, how do I present this? You've seen obviously what's the actions that we've taken here in the United States of America against Venezuela,
Yeah.
as Trump would say. What are your thoughts, man? Obviously, from this standpoint, obviously we've liberated, the country somewhat, but Trump was up there on the podium saying like, yeah, we're taking that oil. What are your thoughts? Because everybody's like, oh, we went there for the oil, and Trump's like, yeah, we're taking oil.
Yeah. That's exactly what happened. Trump said it's our oil. So, I always look at things from a finance perspective. It looks like Chevron is going to be the immediate company that benefits from the takeover. What are they trading at today? What is Chevron trading at? Let me check oil here and see what. Yeah, Chevron is at. Wait, hold on. I'm at the wrong list. I'm going to have to type it in. Chevron is trading currently at. It's down on the day about a point. Had a big pump right after the announcement, right after we went into Venezuela. Had a big pump. Looks like a correction. It's probably about to bottom out, like right here. So this might be good buying levels on Chevron and ride it back up to the top. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on this, but the Trump said that's our oil. There's a lot of dispute as to the validity of that. Uh, I um, I don't care. Yeah, one way or another. I really don't give a damn. I'm not a Venezuelan. I'm not in Venezuela. I don't know what it's like to live in Venezuela. It seems like the Venezuelan people are happy. Some people are like, come take the oil. We don't care. We've been living under communism and socialism for so long. We can barely afford bread. So maybe it's a win for them. Maybe it's a win for everybody. Uh, Currently, though, looks like we have tensions, which is what I was looking at. I wasn't even looking at Venezuela. I mean, snatching some guy out of his house with his bitch is just crazy. But Russia and China are going to be extremely upset. It seems like we just hijacked another tanker, a ghost fleet, and
This morning, right? I read that.
yeah, apparently it's a Russian fleet or something like that. So, and then China's complaining. They're like, wait a second, we're losing money out of this deal. It's like, yeah, yeah. So while everybody was like focusing on Venezuela, I was like, wait a second, what is China and Russia gonna do? It's gonna create a little bit of tension. So I'm watching that relationship more closely than anything because I think it has a stronger bearing on negotiations between Trump and Xi Jinping, the tariffs. He did say he was going to delay the tariffs until early 2025, I think the end of January. He was going to ease off the tariffs and then decide again later. So we could see another tariff war start 2026. Last year, I think it kicked in like March or April, something like that. So I'm actually hoping for another tariff war. I am an extreme bear. Like I love when markets tank because that means we get corrections, we get levels, it's easier to trade, and then we can just ride that bad boy back on up to the top. I mean, you took about take a look at the type of money that was made following the pandemic when the markets tanked on that, when the markets tanked last year from the tariffs. So, I love a good bearish moment. So that's what I'm keeping my eye on. The Hotep take on Venezuela is he was actually not kidnapped. That's the Hotep take in Hotepistan. The take in Hotepistan is an asset was extracted and put into protective custody. Uh, Basically, what the rumors are saying is that Maduro was a U.S. asset installed by our intelligence agencies. He did his job, ruined the country, brought it down to the level of hell, and now we get to go in and pretend like we're rescuing it. So that's the lore in Hotepistan. And he's in witness protection. And that's the reason why they got him and his wife, so that, when he starts snitching on the cartels and everybody else involved, he'll be protected. It also looks like we're coming after Colombia and Cuba as well. So if I were a leader in Colombia or Cuba, I would definitely decide on a vacation sometime in the next hour or so and get the hell out of Dodge, because they're coming to snatch you and your bitch too.
Would you use Expedia? Would you recommend Expedia?
I would recommend anything that can get you out of there fast. Just book your trip to Jamaica and hop on a catamaran to Thailand. I don't know. Get the hell out of Dodge, bro. It's gonna be vicious.
Do you think Trump and his administration? By the way, shout out to Marco Rubio. This dude is the new. By the way, I did announce yesterday. Rumor has it that he is the next coach of the New York Giants. Right, so let's give him a. This dude is running everything. Um, do you think Trump is going to go after? You just mentioned Cuba, Colombia, Cuba. You have Greenland. They're talking about, and apparently the prime minister of Greenland came out and said we're open for business or some shit.
Yeah,
I read that yesterday. But do you think the United States this year goes after Colombia? They go after Greenland. They go
Yeah.
after Cuba.
Yeah. You got to strike while the iron's hot, and with such fanfare. I didn't see anybody in the timeline hardly complaining, at least not on my algorithm. It seemed like everybody was a fan of what happened. So, with all the fanfare and support of people backing Trump and him looking like it's a flawless execution, Colombia could definitely be next. This is the time to strike while the cards are in your favor. Cuba, I don't know about Cuba. Like, what's there to get from Cuba? Like, what exactly do you get? Like a new beach? Like, it's like, what exactly?
That's what I'm
do you
saying.
get?
Like that's a new vacation spot.
Yeah, like what exactly? Cuba, it seems to me there's not much upside. Um, Colombia, Colombia. Let's go mineral resources and see what Colombia's got other than coffee and cocaine. Although we'd love a good bit amount of that. Coal. Okay, they've got
We
gold
love
and
beautiful
silver.
coal, right? Beautiful coal.
Yeah, a little bit. Although like renewable energy is like taking off. Like energy is entering a space now where like coal will not be a thing in the future. It'll be super cheap because nobody wants it.
What about Hotep? Because I know you've dived deep. I've watched your program. By the way, everybody tune in at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. After this show, you can go right to Hotep Jesus Live on Kick. He really does break it down a lot of topics. And I was watching one of them where you were showing a video of the events of how the United States of America came in, the military came in, and who was it? Delta Force came in and
Mhm,
grabbed his ass within like
mhm.
6 minutes and stuff. I was watching that. I thought that was I saw your face. You were smiling throughout the whole program as they were breaking it down. But do you think that Mexico is next also on that list? Because like I'm watching Trump and I'm listening to him because like I feel like when he says something, he's actually going to do it, unlike other presidents. Like if he's telling you, like if he's warning you, like with Iran, like he even put it out there. Iran, like they better watch their ass also. I feel like this year we're going to see Colombia, Cuba, Mexico, Iran, Greenland. I'm not talking about we're going to take over like any of these countries, but we're going to have contracts that benefit the United States of America. But Greenland, I think, obviously could potentially become the 51st state of the United States of America. I mean, like, what are your thoughts on that?
So, all right. Mexico is the world's #1 producer of silver. Have you seen silver prices lately?
Aha. Aha. This is what you have when you have Jewish people doing a broadcast live at 12:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
That's crazy, bro. So Mexico better get low.
That is not a coincidence. I don't believe in that. You know when things don't make sense? That's not a coincidence, ladies and gentlemen.
Don't we have tensions with Mexico right now? Weren't they like talking shit?
Yeah, so the president of Mexico has been talking massive shit, and Trump has said comments. Rubio has said comments. You've had Republican senators and representatives that have said comments in the last few days. If you look it up,
yeah, I see
that she has been in like the cartels run shit, not her. So I just feel like something's gonna happen. Canada better lay low too, man. Canada better lay low as well. Because like
I'm definitely in for just rescuing Canada. I think Canada is a high priority. We should just rescue Canada from itself.
Well, we protect without us, Canada's done.
Yeah, but we should just make Canada part of the United States. Like it's complete and total.
Do we really want
communist disaster?
Have you seen New York City? Do we want like a bigger New York City, a part of the United States of America?
No, we want to bring them underneath the federal government and bring freedom to the people of Canada. That's what I want to do.
You really want to see Canada? You think Canada's that bad?
Canada's terrible, yo. You can't do shit in Canada. Like I send products to Canada and it's like held up at the border and they're like, oh, you can't send this here. You got to send an extra $20. Like when I send Apex to Canada, like we had to stop shipping to Canada. I had a lady working for me in Canada. We had trouble getting her back home during the pandemic or after the pandemic. Canada was like, oh, you're in America, don't come back. And it's just like, wait a second. Like, she's a citizen there and, you don't want to let her in because she doesn't have some, jab paperwork. It is a communist dictatorship or something. I don't know what's going on in Canada, but I think we're being lied to about how cool it is. It's not cool at all. It is probably just as bad as Venezuela.
Wait, let me ask you this question. By the way, welcome to the breakdown episode 645. I have so much on my mind right now because like you're saying things and I'm thinking and I'm like, who is going to stop us from doing any of this stuff? Like Russia can't stop us. Like Russia Russia thought they could take out Ukraine in 3 days and they're in it for the last three and a half years. They can't take out Ukraine's army, which obviously I get it. Supplies come from NATO and they're not. Okay, got it. But still, if Russia was so big and bad, they could have easily taken over Ukraine. What's China going to do? China ain't going to do shit.
China's going to be SOL. China's going to have to rely on Africa. We're at a point where they're drawing the east and west lines. So everything that's west is going to be Western control and everything that's east is going to be Eastern control. So China's going to have to focus on its control over Africa. And United States is going to have to focus on South America, which totally makes sense. And Chevron's actually turned into a doji candle on the 1 hour here with 30 minutes left on a 1 hour. The previous 30-minute went a positive doji candle. We're looking at Chevron hitting bottoms, and we might be able to play this to the upside. Shout out to Venezuela. Shout out to Venezuela. That's good news.
And I was watching the market. That's the first time that I actually went to watch the market after the news. And this happened while all of us I was sleeping when this happened. I mean, most of America, most Americans were sleeping. And
Mhm.
you wake up to this news that like we apparently the Democrats said we had a war, uh, that it was this was an illegal transaction, that Congress should have been told about this. Congress would have went ahead and told them about this.
Well,
Like,
that's why it's not illegal, because this wasn't a military exercise. This was an extraction of an asset. We got him out of there and put him into witness protection. So that's why, shout out to Canon Hotep. He just believes that the reason why this is not illegal is because it wasn't actually some sort of military exercise to go steal him out of the country. This was a distraction to pretend like that's what we did, but instead extract an asset and then get him to turn on all of his allies in South America. So it's actually not illegal according to the rumors. It's well within the bounds, because if he's working for us and we're just getting him out, there was nothing illegal about that. He's an asset. So that could be why the Democrats are wrong.
you think you said something about a central bank being dropped. I was watching one of your
Yeah,
programs about
yeah,
this.
I tweeted it. Yeah,
You
yeah.
think
I
that
mean,
that's one of the things that's going to happen over there?
well, yeah. If you've been following the zeitgeist of the Illuminati YouTube videos of its heyday in 2008, there were several countries marked off that allegedly didn't have a Rothschild central bank or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know if you can call it a Rothschild central bank, but a central bank essentially, and or a Western controlled central bank. So Somalia was on that list, Iran was on that list, Venezuela was on that list, uh, Cuba's on that list. So going back 2008, who was the other country? Iran is another one. But yeah, going back to like 2008, we had known that there was going to be Western intervention, and you see the big Somalia stories recently, about the Somalians out in Minnesota. That's been a thing for like a decade or more. So that coming up is kind of suspicious. We may see military intervention in Somalia, especially since we have to capture some of those African resources that China is desperately fighting over. So yeah, I did the whole, if you just look up, central bank conspiracy theories in countries, and you type in like before 2012, you'll probably see Venezuela pop up on that list, Somalia, and some other ones. So yeah, the West is just slowly going around and capturing territory. And the best way to capture territory is to capture it with your currency and control it with your currency. That's like I would say the beginning of the final stage of colonization.
I want to get your last question. I want to get your thoughts on this, being that I was waiting for the Minnesota topic to pop up. Um, what are your thoughts there? Because I know you're into like looking deeper than what's being reported on mainstream media. What's your thoughts on Minnesota and all the man?
I mean,
Obviously, there's a lot of fraud that happened because like him not running again. I'm sure. Like, listen, a lot of Democrats also forced him to go ahead and like not run for reelection.
yeah.
But I'm thinking like he's also stumbled out and said like, hey, kind of knew about this already.
Um. Wait, what are we talking about? What story now?
All
I'm
the
sorry, I got
daycares
distracted.
and the medical
Oh,
facilities which have been
Somalians.
funding like the
No, so that's an indictment on Americans. That is not like we need to really take a good look in the mirror and say to ourselves, like, why is it that these people are able to come from another country and completely scam us, and we complain about what our government is doing for us? Obviously, there was some money we left on the table, and Somalians were smart enough to figure out how to finesse the government and get millions of dollars for a daycare with not a single child inside, allegedly. So, I think it just shows how America is a simp. It's a simp. It's just here to be taken advantage of, and Americans are upset because they're not the ones taking advantage of it. And the blue Democrats, the blue black Democrats, those guys, should be indicted by our community. For if you think about the type of organization that has happened for Somalians or the Democrat Party, and to get them, tens of millions of dollars or more for fraudulent business. Why are we doing this for the black community? Like, why hasn't the black, now obviously there's no black people in Minnesota, so that's, it's not going to happen in Minnesota. But if there's a formula here to generate tens of millions of dollars for programs like daycares, why are we not following that blueprint? So, for me, I'm not really concerned with, what has happened with the Somalians. I want somebody to go and do a deep dive and tell us, what form did they fill out? Who had to sign off on that form? Who was it sent to? How did they pull off these scams? And where did the money come from? Who was the grant writer? What grant did they access? Are these grants only exclusive to Minnesota, the vicinities around Minnesota, certain counties, or do they exist federally? Like, was he federal funds, or these state funds, or the county funds? Like, I want the details, and I haven't been able to see that. So if anybody has the details of how these scams specifically were pulled off, I want those details. I'm not concerned with Somalians and all of that. I want to know how I can finesse the system.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Man, they said trade the markets, right? I would have started a daycare center. Like, I mean, what the fuck? I mean, out here for 24 hours a day, especially in crypto. I mean, a lot of people were like, yo, I'd go start a daycare center. That is wild. I got to tell you. And on a serious note, because I know that I act sarcastic and shit, but Democrats have put themselves in an awful position now because these are their voters. These are literally, and this is not the first stop. This Nick Shirley is going to go out to California. A lot of these other independent journalists are going to go out to California. Then they're going to hit up New York, and they're going to expose a lot of stuff. So, Democrats walking down yesterday, all that scripted shit with Chuck Schumer saying, "Oh my God, it's not over January 6th." I have no clue what that fucking meant. But at the end of the day, man, I don't know how the Democrats come back. Or this is one thing. Like, I know we talked about like the midterms and how the Democrats could win the midterms and all this stuff, but like now, one thing that Americans hate, including me, is people stealing our money. So if if the Democrats knew about this and they put these
they're cooked
people into certain places and have given them money, Americans ain't gonna like that, man, and they're gonna vote for. I have a feeling maybe Republicans do win. Maybe the Republican Party does come out the winners when the midterms come around. I don't know. I'm just putting it out there.
Republicans still got a lot of work to do. Their ground game is still going to need to be vicious.
The trash.
Democrats have a serious ground game. This is national news, but it's national news to us. Most people don't really care about this, so we have to be careful and sort of, tamper our expectations. But I will say, I got to go in a second. I got to go pick up.
Go for it.
Yeah, I will say somebody's going to jail. Somebody's going to jail. I don't know who's going to jail. Tim Walz has already decided he's not going to run again, allegedly. I think I saw.
Yeah, he's not running again.
Yeah. So Trump took out Maduro and Walz within 5 days of the year. That's kind of crazy. So somebody's going to jail. I think it's going to be a black woman. That's my hunch. The Democrats are notorious for making black women go down for their dirty deeds. So remember, you saw it here first. A black woman's going to jail. I don't know how many, but Wanda, Tanisha, get get out the country. Leave.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Hotep Jesus. And if you don't know, now you know. Go to Hotep Jesus live on Kick at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Go to menoforder.com and get your T levels up, okay? Tune into him. Give him a follow. Shout out to Hotep. Hotep, thank you so much for coming on.
No doubt. I'm going to catch up with you, bro.
All right.
Later.
That's Hotep Jesus, ladies and gentlemen. Show's on Kick. 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right after this show. Hotep is trading the market. I saw it in his eyes, man. He is trading the market. Hotep does a lot of things, man. Hotep can go ahead and give you a breakdown from a political standpoint, from financial markets. He really does break stuff down, man. He really does, man. Shout out to Hotep Jesus. I need to get his soundboard. That's what I need to do. I need to get a Hotep soundboard. I really do need to get a soundboard. 1:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're supposed to be joined by Benjamin here, so we can go ahead and talk about the markets. I hope that we don't have a second miss here. I have to get on Benjamin. Didn't make it on Monday, but we rescheduled for today. So hopefully he does come on so we could talk about whether or not the 4-year cycle still exists. We got to talk about whether or not the 4-year cycle still exists. Is it still here, ladies and gentlemen? Or are we done with the 4-year cycle? And were we in a bear market or a bearish market in 2025? I believe so. I believe we were in a bear market. Besides, and you know what? People keep telling me, it's crazy, man. People continue to tell me, Dave, you're wrong. We had so many things go up. Great that we had so many. 7, 8 assets went ahead and broke all-time high, and it wasn't really that big of a deal. It didn't really just, to me, that wasn't anything like fucking amazing. We had no all season. We really didn't have an all season. People mention memes to me. Well, David, what about your memes? Yeah, they didn't break all-time highs. A lot of them are brand new. They just made highs or whatever. Like, they didn't do nothing. Dogecoin didn't break its all-time high. Shiba Inu didn't break its all-time high. What are you talking about? All we had was Bitcoin. All we literally had was Bitcoin. All we had was Bitcoin and people buying Bitcoin and Bitcoin running, and that's it. That's all we had. That's all you watched. Did people make money? Yeah, absolutely. People in crypto made money. But there was no real altcoin season. There was no altcoin season. Retail wasn't here. I keep saying this. Retail was not here. Anybody who tells you retail was here is an idiot. Anybody who I'm telling you right now, you can clip this shit up. Anybody who tells you that retail was here and they were participating in the markets, and especially the stupid people that tell you that retail came in when Trump launched this token. Shut the fuck up. Retail did not. You think the entire world came in when Trump launched the token? His meme? No. It was the same retail from last cycle that stayed here while others left, that participated and lost their money. That's it. Or maybe some of them made money, but most of them lost their money. So what retail are you talking about? Retail is broke. Retail is fucking broke. Broke as hell. Retail's broke. It's the truth. Retail is hella broke. Biden and his administration absolutely destroyed the economy. Americans working 9 jobs It's not normal. Like I'm telling you, broke. And you're talking about retail said, hey, you know what? While retail is working 9 jobs back on their rent by 6 months, yeah, let me go participate in crypto. Let me go dive into crypto. Let me buy some Dogecoin. Let me buy some XRP. Let me buy some Ethereum. What are you talking about? They have no money. They have absolutely no money. No money. This was nothing but a Bitcoin run. This was nothing but a Bitcoin run. That's it. Your favorite influencer is an idiot. Your favorite influencer is an idiot if he's telling you retail was here. What you should do is you should cancel your subscription to whoever's telling you that retail came here and participated. The only retail that has participated within this market is grandma and grandpa, the boomers that have gone and bought ETFs. I got people telling me that, yo, listen, man, retail was here. We had a tremendous bull cycle. Y'all missed it. What? Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You guys should be thrown out of crypto. Honestly, it is time for the crypto community to throw out these people that don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Retail was here. Man, that makes me honestly, I am fucking angry right now. And I don't get angry. I'm angry that you have stupid ass people on here. And I'm talking about within the crypto ecosystem. I'm not talking about just X. We are broadcasting everywhere right now except Facebook and Instagram because we can't get that shit right now. We got people telling you. I gotta calm down. $1.3 trillion in consumer credit card debt. You're telling me retail was here? Subprime loans, okay? Car loans. 120 days out, repo trucks are all over the place in the United States of America. They're banking. You know who's making money? Repo trucks. Foreclosures all over the place. And you're talking about retail was in crypto trading your favorite shitcoin? Shut the fuck up. You got people paying 40% interest on their credit card payments. They're 90 days late, and you're talking, motherfuckers are financing food. You have people that are financing Instacart purchases, DoorDash purchase. Motherfuckers are financing a McDonald's meal. And you're saying that retail is in? That's what they need to do, by the way. By the way, they're probably going to do this. They're probably going to bring you can purchase your favorite crypto, but if you don't have money now, you can make 4 easy payments. Watch, that's coming. Somebody's going to put that on the chain. On the chain, they're going to put on financing your favorite crypto. I'm talking about one of these companies, actual companies, the Web 2 companies. They're going to come in and say, hey, finance your favorite crypto. If they haven't already. Unreal. Unreal. It's just unreal. It's amazing that people, and especially if you've been here for a while, it's crazy that you're sitting back and you're not seeing what's happening within this ecosystem. Like the stock market has done phenomenal. Gold has done great. But because you have multimillionaires fucking buying gold. Silver. Fucking silver, bro. Silver came up, man. Silver came out of nowhere, man. Silver. Fucking silver. We'll be back right after this commercial break. Guys, you can go ahead and call in. You can go ahead and call in to the show. I'm on one today. I am on one today, man. You can definitely go ahead and call in. There you go. 347-630-2399. Let me go ahead and retweet this. I'll be right back after this commercial break. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. I honestly, we had 2 guests lined up. Obviously, Hotep Jesus, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can tune into Hotep Jesus live and check out Hotep as he breaks down the news. He's really good at that too. Check him out. We were supposed to have Benjamin on here, and yeah, I'll go ahead and say it. So Monday, Benjamin was supposed to be on, and he's supposed to be on here today, and he's not here. So this is my in the last 10 years. Is it 10 years? Hold on. In the last 9.5 years of broadcasting, this is the 3rd time that I've been left standing at the altar. I don't know why you're clapping. And that's fine. That's totally fine. I'm not upset. I'm not hurt. I'm not hurt. I shall put it into my book, and I will make sure. Guys on TikTok, I will have a one-on-one conversation with Bullish Babe. I will. Don't worry, I will. I respect a lot of people on TikTok. Yeah, I got stood up at the prom, Bengal Tiger, man. I got stood up at the prom. But it's okay. It's okay. I'm not even upset. By the way, people are calling, and I can't get them through. I have people trying to call up and, chat, and I can't get them through. So we got a lot of fixing here to do. I don't know what's happening with 2026, but I will not. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Benjamin Cohen was supposed to come on here today. Benjamin Cohen. But it's fine. I'm not mad. I'm not upset. I'm not upset. I'm never upset. By the way, I purposely wore this suit today because I am so proud to be an American. I had to put on the red tie. I was like, Trump is definitely before we go back to, I don't know. I listen, when you agree to come on to somebody's show, I've had Michael Saylor and, I'll name all the people. I was about to give you who's coming on in 2026. I was 2 seconds away from spitting out a name that's coming onto the show in 2026. But when you agree to come on to somebody's show, just come. You don't want to come on, don't come on. But if you agree, listen, my time is precious, man. My audience is huge. My brand is huge. I would honestly, if I was invited onto this show, I would cancel everything. I would literally cancel everything to be on this show so I can get the visibility. 100%. What am I, an idiot? That's how you build your brand. I'd be here. Yeah, he can't come on no more. That's it. Off the VIP list. Off the VIP list. Man, that's crazy. I'm thinking about that right now. In only 3 years, in only 9.5 years, only 3 guests weren't able to make it. One legitimately had an excuse, a good excuse. The other 2 didn't. Now, you know what? Web3 glossary. I agree with you when you say shit comes up, and 100% things do come up in life. Things happen, emergencies happen. But you know what? Like, you can go ahead and email. You could just say, hey, can't make it onto the show. Please reschedule. That's the way to do it. Remember, like, this airtime is expensive. This is expensive airtime. 100% expensive airtime. You don't understand how many. I'm all bullshit to the side. All bullshit to the side. I'm not being sarcastic. I'm really not being sarcastic right now. There are so many people that contact me, big names, and their PR staffs that contact me to be on the show. They really do. They contact me to be on the show because they understand, like, they want to be a part of the show. They like the show. They fuck with me. They know that I'm not going to hammer them with some bullshit ass questions. Okay, we're going to have a good conversation because I don't do interviews. I like having conversations. So they want to be here and they also want to be seen. And listen, that's the name of the game. You want to be seen. You want your brand to be seen. You want a different audience to see your brand. Guys have to remember this. Like, you might have your audience, but you want a different audience to tap into you because they might not know who the fuck you are. There's a lot of people, when I went onto TikTok, they didn't know who the fuck I was. A lot of them like, who is this guy screaming into a microphone? He looks great. He looks good. He's a handsome fella. But who is this guy? Who is this guy? Who is this guy talking on the microphone? And why is he yelling at us? MILF Shake. This woman, MILF Shake, called emergency meetings on TikTok to have all the moderators come together and somehow put me in detention. It was shock and awe for them. People who were selling ebooks on TikTok, they had emergency meetings. TikTok influencers had emergency meetings. They had 9 shows running at the same time about me. Like, oh my God, who the fuck is this guy? Who does he think he is with his $900, $1,200, $4,000 suits? How dare he come on to TikTok, our goddamn platform? How dare he come on and start talking about shit? Start talking about crypto and start taking away our consumer base. Web3 Glossary was the first one to say how ridiculously good looking I am. He's the total package. This man knows finance, he knows economics, he knows crypto, and he's really good looking. How the fuck do you stop? And he can talk. How do you stop him? And he got that real energy. And he ain't selling me an ebook. How do we stop this man? Robert just said something from TikTok. And I had my Jew card revoked because I said that the ADL was wrong for putting. Well, I've said a lot of things that the ADL has done wrong, and they put me, man. I've been put on the naughty list by the ADL. I'm telling you, the ADL is gonna have they're gonna have a page about me. They're gonna say that I'm a part of the alt-right. I am telling you, man. Even the Jews can't control me. The Jews can't control me. First week, look, check this out. 2026, we got a hell of a lineup. We really do. We got like really cool people coming onto the show. I come on for my first show. For my first show, I'm shadow banned. I've been massively reported. Nobody sees the show. This shit is all fucked up. This shit is absolutely all fucked up. Day 2 yesterday, all fucked up as well. I had to contact X, Twitter, to find out what the fuck is happening. They're like, yo, listen, you've been massively reported for your political views and probably crypto views, but mostly political. I can't even call the Jewish council to help me. The Jews can't even help me because the Jews got a problem with me. All I want to do is help people level up. All I want to do is help the crypto bros. Forget about politics. I want to help the crypto bros. Okay? You've been buying all these ebooks. I want to help you. Oh my God. MILF Shake 28 from TikTok says, I like to just call people broke. No, see, like, they don't understand what I'm saying when I call people broke, right? They don't get it. I'm saying, like, you're broke here. You're mentally broke. And it might not be your fault, man. You might be used to just, like, you know, like, I don't know. With the way society is, like, anybody can have just a broken spirit. I don't have anything to offer. I will smack you. What the fuck are you talking about? I try my best to offer insights. By the way, the breakdown show is about politics and crypto, and we're just like, my guests come on here. I guess you miss. Why am I talking to trolls? Why am I talking? See, this is what I'm talking about, broke people. This is what I'm talking about, broke people. And Loke17 is telling me, well, besides him yelling, like, what is he offering? Well, you should tune into the show. How about you replay last year's shows? How about you replay them? Maybe you would have made money. But you were probably gooning off, okay? You were probably on Tinder or Grindr gooning off. The 4-year cycle is broken. Somebody asked me the question just now on TikTok. The 4-year cycle is broken. I believe that. I believe Landy don't agree with me. I don't give a fuck what Landy agrees with me about. Okay? I love Landy like a brother. I don't care if he disagrees with me about the 4-year cycle theory, okay? I think the 4-year cycle is broken. It's broken. You know, that's the problem. People aren't used to alpha energy. That's what people aren't used to. You're used to that limp wrist shit, okay? You're used to people, you're used to males sitting down taking a piss, okay? Males who sit when they pee. That's what you're used to. You're not used to an alpha dog like me who stands while he pees. You don't know about, you haven't seen a man who stands while he pees. You've been relegated to watching limp wrist motherfuckers who sit while they pee. Giving you advice about crypto. XRP's going to $10,000 in 5 days. That's who you're listening into. I guarantee you, if I get one motherfucker on here to talk about, let's talk about blockchain and how it works, how the XRP ledger works, I guarantee you, they won't show up either. Martin from TikTok, who still lives with his grandmother, says, here is the guy here is the guy say he's going to teach something. And first of all, I need to teach you how to spell or put a sentence together. That's what I need to teach you. Your grandma, not your grandma, I meant your grandma is all fucked up. There you go, Cosmic Crypto. I could tell he's been around for a long time. Crypto used to pump. You know why Crypto used to pump when Elon tweeted? Because retail was here. Retail isn't here, so there ain't nobody who cares? Elon's tweet don't mean shit. Unless he's retweeting your political views, if he talks about a goddamn token, or if he mentions Dogecoin, ain't shit happening because retail ain't here. No, but honestly, we got to think about that for a second. Elon really doesn't have motion because retail isn't here. Like, let's think about that. Sit back, let it marinate. Elon can't really do anything without retail being here. And that just goes to my point of we've been in a bearish market. The only bullish thing about crypto was Bitcoin moving up like crazy. And also, you had like 7 or 8 other assets, XRP, Ethereum, which barely broke its all-time high, BNB, like Solana. You had these things but that's it. Nobody else did anything, nothing, doo-doo. Nothing. It is 1:46 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Shout out to everybody. By the way, I love my, let me say this. I love my entire audience. And especially the ones on Twitter. I love you guys. I really do. 100%. Much love. I really love the TikTok crowd. Shout out to the TikTok crowd. Whether you love me or not, I love you. You know why? Because you show up every single day. You show up every single day, whether you know it or not. The haters, this is for you. You support me by showing up. And I love you and I appreciate you. I've always said I wanted more haters than I wanted fans. There have been so many people on TikTok that despised my arrival to the platform, yet a few weeks later, I won them over because they recognize real. That's right. Haters are just unknowing. They're just fans. Just fans. Just fans. I'm not going to play the Gemini commercial. I'm not going to play it because I will say this show is sponsored by Gemini, episode 645. Gemini is the sponsor. I don't want to play the commercial because I know there's no voiceover. And I don't want to put you through that because silence drives me crazy. And I know it drives you crazy as well. Let me know, by the way, here's something. Let me know what you guys want to talk about. TikTok particularly, because I'm new. I would say I'm new to TikTok, right? And since you guys want me to talk about something, send me a DM. Let me know. Also, if you want me to bring on one of your favorite influencers on TikTok, let me know. Send me a DM. I'll make it happen. As long as they can come on camera, show their face, I will bring them on and we will have a discussion. Why not? Why not? I have no problem bringing them on. And we'll have a great time. If we want to go ahead and, first of all, if we want to educate the public, we got to talk to, I got to talk to people that I don't even like. Okay? I've always said that. I think it's wrong to cancel people. I think it's wrong to block people. Well, some people deserve to be blocked. Hold on, time out. Some people deserve to be blocked. There's reasons. I have 9,000 people blocked, by the way. But there has to be reasons to why the block was initiated. I should be a better man this year. I should, you know what I should do? I should unblock everybody and let them watch as I elevate to new heights. I should do that, right? But people make alt accounts anyway, so they watch you all the time regardless. Like you can't escape me. You can't escape me. Who are we bringing on? Well, a lot of people are naming names that I'm bringing on. So I can't, I'm very superstitious. And I tell this to the people that are actually coming on. 30 minutes before the show, that's when I'll actually announce it. I'll announce that somebody is actually coming on to the show. Because I don't want somebody to jinx it. I believe in that. I believe that there are people like fucking on a beach right now with like goat heads and like, you know, apples and oranges and fucking candles and some like fucking spices, praying to the gods that I go to zero and shit. So a half an hour before. Let's go to the quote of the day. It is 1:51 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's go to the quote of the day. By the way, I'm very happy that I got my account working again. I'm very happy. Shout out to Twitter. Thank you, Twitter. I was worried. I ain't gonna front. I was worried. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. Hold on. Maybe I should read this one. I think this thought here is good for people in crypto. So here you go. I'm gonna read this. This is the quote of the day, but this is a long quote. Ready? Ready, set, go. It takes a certain kind of madness to go all in. Not talent, not luck, madness. Because most people need a safety net, a backup plan. But the ones who actually make something of themselves, they burn boats, not because it's smart, but because they have to see what they're capable of. Going all in doesn't make sense. It's not logical. It's not safe. It's a full body yes in a world that worships hesitation. But 80% in only gets you 20% back. Whereas 100% in gets you 1,000% back. Because when you commit like that, when you bet on yourself with no exit strategy, you've no choice. What the fuck is this? Hold on. I'm sorry. God damn it. I got a notification that came through. I'm sorry. Because when you commit like that, when you bet on yourself with no exit strategy, you have no choice but to start planning a different game and playing a different game. You think clearer. You move faster. You become the person that figures it out. So if you're one of the few who are mad enough who go all in. Because the cost of not doing it is living with the question of what if I had? And that question, it will haunt you far more than the failure ever could. Anyway, that sucked, man. Right during the thing, a notification, man. I should read another quote too. There's another quote that I fucking wanted to read. I wanted to read another quote. But you should go all in on yourself. You should bet on yourself 100%. No, Bengal Tiger. I got hit with the notification. I hate that. I got hit with the fucking notification, bro. That sucked, bro. And I was on a roll. I felt good about that too, man. I was on a fucking roll. But you should bet on yourself. I bet on myself a long time ago. I could have worked for... I had a great career. I got to tell you, I had a great career. I could have been there forever. And I just bet on myself. I wanted to do more. Like, I know the definition of being an entrepreneur. I've been built to be an entrepreneur. It's in my DNA. I am that person. And I've always felt that I am special. Like, a lot of people will say he's special ed, but no, I feel like I'm special. Like, my platform is special. Like, I'm going to go much higher. I am going to go much higher. There are bigger things that I have to accomplish. And I didn't, the crazy part is, like, when I bet on myself, it wasn't a money move. I want everybody to understand that. Like, when you bet on yourself and you really become an entrepreneur, it's not really a money move. You want to make an impact. And people won't see it. And people will say things of, such as, like, you never made an impact, or you're not making an impact. But those are your haters, and they're watching you, and they wish they wish they were doing the shit that you're doing, because you're everything they wanted to be. But they didn't have the balls to go ahead and see it through. You know how much balls it takes to get on a microphone and look into a camera live while people are watching you and watching your every word, watching your every move? You know how difficult that is? You know how difficult it is to go ahead and break down, let's say crypto. Let's go with crypto. You know how difficult it is to go ahead and break down crypto and give your thoughts on crypto and your opinions, knowing that a lot of people will disagree with you and will also take it to different levels. I've been run through the ringer, like, within the crypto system. The crypto ecosystem, I have a lot of friends, but I have a lot of people that hated the fact that I didn't stay a Bitcoin maxi. I came into Bitcoin. I was Bitcoin only until I said, you know what? I like technology. I like tech. I don't think it should just be Bitcoin. I think we can have this entire ecosystem and it could potentially work. I think there's a need for Ethereum. I think there's a need for Solana. Are they Bitcoin? No. Like, and I say that respectfully. Is it Bitcoin? No. Is there a need for XRP? Yes, there's a need for XRP because the banking system needs to process payments faster. And it's costly with the current system that's in place. With the SWIFT system, it's costly. And people hated the fact, you want to talk about XRP? I was one of the first people that were on the front line talking about XRP when it wasn't cool to talk about XRP. And I said, who gives a fuck? This is exactly what I said to the Bitcoin maxis. Who gives a shit about what Ripple and XRP does? Like, who gives a flying fuck? My brothers and sisters in Christ, who gives a flying fuck? Let them do whatever they want to fucking do. XRP solves an issue in the banking system. Bitcoin is trying to run away from the banks. Why are we so happy that we're aligned with the banks right now? It's so fucking confusing to me. You don't understand. I sit here and yes, I'm a journalist. I'm a reporter. I analyze this market. And when I analyze this shit, well, I think about how I came into crypto and how I was brought up here. We're supposed to be against the banking system. We're supposed to be against institutions. And here we are. We're getting bent over by the people we're trying to run away from. I don't understand this. But then people are going to tell me, well, you need institutions in order to see Bitcoin go to the next level. Okay, arguments can be made for that. I can understand. But you know what? When you tell me where this is for Main Street, not Wall Street, but this is for Main Street, and this is for the people, this is for our freedom, because that's what Bitcoin really is. And that's what crypto is. It is freedom. Freedom to get the fuck away from the centralized system that has enslaved us and your parents and your grandparents for centuries. This system was created by the same people that you're fucking rooting for. When you go ahead and you're championing for this, I'm confused because I came into this space under different. Let me just stop. So yeah, like my takes might you might not agree with them. You might not agree with these takes. You might. No, I see people fucking excited about institutions. They're buying up your freedom. They're fucking buying up your freedom. What are you fucking happy about? Unless you got in early, what are you happy about? They're literally buying your freedom. Because it's more than just fucking gains. Hopefully that gets through to you one day. That this is more than just gains. Great. Crypto has made you rich. Congratulations. I'm fucking thrilled for you. I hope you make more money than me. But do you know, like, it's more than just money. It really is more than just money. It comes down to, it really does come down to more than just fucking money and gains. Like, I grew up in Brooklyn. I grew up in Southern Brooklyn. You should see Southern Brooklyn. There are still people that are unable to get a fucking job. They've never been given an opportunity. Never been given an opportunity. Still early. It's still early. It is still early for people to get in. I hope all you guys who had massive success in crypto tell your friends and family members how important it is for them right now to go in to crypto, to the real digital assets that are out here, backed by real teams, backed by real individuals, surrounded by real communities. I hope that you do that. If there's anything that you do, I hope that you do that. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Tomorrow we'll be back at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. One of the best shows on the market, The Breakdown. Thank God. The podcast. Go to the website, davidgokhshtein.com, davidgokhshtein.com. We're updating the website. A lot of cool features are going to be implemented on that website. If anybody's looking to level up their game, go to the website, bookmark the website, sign up to the newsletter to get my thoughts on everything that's happening in crypto, me breaking down crypto within that newsletter, me breaking down some political issues within the newsletter. Join the army. Join my army, the DG army. Man, like I'm thinking, like before we end the show, I'm thinking about what I just said for the last 10 minutes about the centralized world and the elites and how they've created a system to fuck you and an entire generation, our parents, our grandparents, our entire bloodline has been completely fucked and stuck. You know, COVID woke me up. When the COVID pandemic happened, COVID woke me up. It opened up my eyes to a lot of things. A lot of things. Besides me already getting into Bitcoin earlier, being in crypto early. The pandemic really opened up my eyes to everything. It really did. It opened up my eyes to the system that they have in place. What I thought was tinfoil hat changed after COVID. Like the whole system set up where, like, if you work a corporate job, right? They set it up to where, like, they give you these fucking titles and they give you a little bit of a raise and you feel good. You feel like you've achieved something, yet you've achieved nothing. If you really think about it, they give you these titles, they allow you to level up so you can feel good and not leave and start your own thing. Because a lot of you guys are super fucking intelligent. I gotta say, like, I think a lot of people that I get to meet and get to chat with are super fucking intelligent. They're stuck in the old world, and that's the problem. Some are scared to move. Some are scared to bet on themselves. Yet if they really wanted to, they would accomplish great things in their life if they really took themselves seriously. But when you go to school, what do they teach you? They don't teach you about finances. School doesn't, the Department of Education, especially in America, they don't teach you about finances. They do not teach you about finances. If anything, they set you up to be broke. They set you up to be in debt. That's it. Look at the commercials that they play. You're not successful if you don't own a BMW. You're not successful if you don't own a Mercedes. You're not successful if you don't have a Lamborghini, a Ferrari, a vet. Think about that. So now you're not successful if you're not wearing a Moncler, jacket. You're not wearing a Hugo Boss suit if you don't got Ferragamos. Like, so they put it all together for you, man. Now you're spending your hard-earned money on depreciating assets, right? You spend your money on your hard-earned money that you work hard for. Meanwhile, by the way, pause real quick. You're in debt at this point. You got like maybe $100,000 in debt from just school, from your loans, just your loans. I'm not even talking about your credit card debt, but you're using credit. You're using your money to buy things to impress people, to show people that you've made it. And when you drive through the block, like when you drive through your block to show that you have made it, the people on the block that see you drive through with your new BMW or with your new Lambo or your Rari or your Bugatti, I don't think you guys, but you get what I'm going. You drive through, they don't give a fuck. They'll look at you for 5 seconds and then they're back to their conversation. They're back to playing dominoes. What are you doing? You're paying $800 for a car note. Then you're paying $300 for an insurance note. And your car is sitting 23 hours. It's sitting there 23 hours out of the day. You're driving it maybe an hour out of the day. And you could have used that money to invest into passive income or to create passive income. But you invested into depreciating assets to show people you've made it. But that's what the system has done. The system, and they put these commercials out there. And it's in movies and it's in documentaries. Like, this is who you need to be. This is exactly who you need to be. And this is how you have to go about life in order to be successful. That's why I'm so passionate about crypto, right? Crypto itself, why am I so passionate about it? Because it's not just gains, it's freedom. Why am I passionate about Bitcoin? Bitcoin is freedom. It's not just gains, it's freedom. It allows you to unplug from the system. It allows you to be free. Crypto in general, the ecosystem allows you to be free. That's why I speak the way I speak. And that's why I'm still here. Because I want to, kind of like Neo. The Matrix was a documentary. Kind of like Neo, I want to unplug people from the system. I want people to realize, man, like, hey, there's a way out, man. There is a way out. And I believe crypto is it. Thank you for listening to my rant. But I do believe I'll never stop talking about this very subject. There won't be a day that I stop talking about this subject. Shout out to TikTok and the audience that's tuned in. Thank you for the likes or the hearts, whatever you call them, for any gifts that was sent. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Shout out to my audience on Twitter. Appreciate you. You can go ahead and tune in to Hotep Jesus. He's on Kick. Okay, you can tune into Hotep Jesus live on Kick. Happy New Year to everybody. Bengal Tiger, I love you. Shout out to you. You know, real wealth is being healthy. Real wealth is being healthy. That's it. Be healthy, exercise. You know, I tell this to a lot of people that I'm friendly with, that I'm close with, man. Like, it's great to make money, but at the end of the day, if you don't have your health, then you have nothing. You really don't. You need to go exercise. Take an hour away, exercise, clear your mind, man. Crypto is not going nowhere. You can always come back. If you miss something, it wasn't meant for you, man. I'm a big believer in God, man. And I believe, you know, I always say it. I believe in God and I believe in karma, man. And I believe, like, you know, your time will come. Your time will come, man. God has not forgot about you. God has not forgot about you. If you see people winning and you haven't won yet, God hasn't forgot about you. Your time, it's not your time. That's it. It's just not your time. And that's fine. You need to learn. Like there's a reason why. There's a lesson that you need to learn in before, or while he's breaking. Some people feel like, hey man, I feel like I'm consistently hitting roadblocks and shit. Like consistent. Like why doesn't God like? God's breaking you for a reason, man. God is breaking you for a reason. I promise you, God is breaking you for a reason. You need to be broken in order, and forged in fire in order for him to finally elevate you. So, anyway. In due time. You learn more from your failures. You really do. You learn more from your failures. Anyway, thank you very much for tuning in. This show is sponsored by Gemini, episode 645. On that note, I'm out. And this show was sponsored by Gemini, episode 645. Special guest, Hotep Jesus. Shout out to Hotep Jesus. We'll be back tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with a breakdown, episode 646. Sign up to Gemini, though, using my link. Trade $1,000 in crypto, make $100, or get $100 in Bitcoin. Terms apply. Also, go to Gemini.com/David G. Also, go to my website, DavidGokhshtein.com. That's right, DavidGokhshtein.com. Sign up to the newsletter. We got two items coming out on the website, so stay tuned, bookmark it. Have a wonderful day. And then